Welcome to Inside Cottonwood. I'm Ron Corbin, Cottonwood City Manager, and we are very fortunate today to have two great community members who are contributing to our community. And I think you're going to be excited about today's topic. We're going to talk about education. We're going to talk about higher education. We're going to talk about a bright future for the Verde Valley and the kids who live here. One of our goals of City Council is to help educate kids so that they stay in the Verde Valley. And I am so proud of the work that Yavapai College has done in the area of educating our local kids. I want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Ryan. She started with Yavapai College shortly before I joined the city, or shortly after I joined the city a couple years ago. She met with several community leaders, I believe it was in Sedona, and made a commitment to invest in the Verde Valley with a CT program, Skills Trade Center, here in the Verde Valley to help educate, help the Verde Valley with our workforce development. And she's living up to that. And so here to talk about that success today are two community members. First, we have Heather Mulcaire, Associate Dean of the Verde Valley campus for Yavapai College. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to be here. And then we have Bob Weir, Superintendent of VACTE, one of the ways to pronounce it, if I get it wrong, who is teaching technical education here at the high school level.
Yes.
And then the kids we'll talk about in a few minutes, but they can take dual classes and helping getting our kids at almost no cost to some skill where they can make a pretty decent living, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So as I said, Heather, in the beginning, I'm very excited about this new programming, this new building, and the college investment in our Verde Valley. So can you talk about this new program or new building that's going on that should open up in the fall?
Yes, so the Skilled Trade Center is going to open in August, and in that building, it's a 10,000 square foot building at the Yavapai College Verde Valley campus. In that building, we're going to have 4 different programs. So we will be running and offering an HVAC service technician program, residential electrical technician program, construction, and then plumbing as the 4th program.
That's exciting. So is this for kids, adults? Who is this program designed to help?
So we're going to work with both high school students, and we've partnered with Valley Academy Career and Technical Education to offer programs for them so they can take these classes during the high school day.
So they'll be able to go to school and college, high school and college at the same time. And how long is the program?
So each of these programs is a different length of time. The HVAC service technician runs a year, so it'll take a year for them to complete that. Plumbing can be done in a semester.
1 semester, and you're done. You're a plumber.
You're ready for entry-level work. There you go. Yeah.
There's always a trick there.
There you go.
But it's a good way to get started, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And is there a need for plumbers and electricians in the Verde Valley?
Yeah. We looked at some information today. Since January, there's 53 jobs that have been posted for HVAC in the Verde Valley.
So Verde Valley alone. HVAC is air conditioning,
heating,
right? Heating, those kinds of ventilation systems.
Yep.
53 in that field alone in the Verde Valley.
Yes.
That's a lot of jobs.
Yep. A little over 40 just for plumbing.
Wow, that's a need.
Yes.
So the city, we like to build things every now and again. And when I got here, I'll just tell you a quick little story. We had in our recreation, Cottonwood has a beautiful recreation center. If you haven't been there, now's the time to go. Prices are good. We're open for business. little call out there to the rec center. You're welcome, Jack. We had a plumbing problem in the bathroom. It was a week to get someone in to fix it. And we're the city. I was like, don't we have I'm new to the business, I'm like, don't we have some priority? And it was a week. So 40 plumbing jobs, 53 HVAC jobs. You also said electrician?
Yes, service electrician.
And then is there a need for those?
Yep, since January, 32 jobs have been posted.
In the Verde Valley?
Yes, in the Verde Valley.
Wow, that's quite a need. So how are you going to fill those seats? I mean, we're going to have the programming. So how much does it cost? How do kids get involved? And then we'll turn it over to Bob for kids in high school to talk about how you can get involved now if you wanted to do it.
Sure. So these 4 programs are going to be for high school students and our adult population as well. So we'll be offering evening classes. Hopefully that's going to work better for some folks in case they need to work part-time during the day and then they can come to school in the evening. The HVAC program is probably going to run close to $3,000. That's just based on our current tuition scale for
But that's a whole year.
For a whole for the whole
HVAC,
program.
For the whole program.
Yep,
that's a year.
Plumbing is and electrical, a little over $2,000.
Okay.
That doesn't include the books. That's just tuition.
Sure.
But to have that in our backyard and to have those opportunities is pretty fantastic.
And we have busing for most of our communities, and we have a bus stop. Our transit bus stop is right there at the college.
It does.
So you can live at home, work at the day. Now, do you guys have any scholarships or anything? I mean, what kind of help can a person get to take these classes?
Gosh, there are so many ways that people can apply for federal financial aid, which is often referred to as the FAFSA. That's the first thing. We have folks at the college in our financial aid department that will sit down and help people one-on-one, get that knocked out in 30 minutes. And that's money that is a grant money from the federal government that covers tuition, books. Yavapai College has a scholarship. It's one application and it filters students out into all different areas that they qualify for. So that would be a second opportunity. But I also really want to talk about Arizona Community Foundation.
Okay, what's that?
So they are a fantastic organization in Sedona, and they have a scholarship called Pathways to Careers. And that scholarship, the deadline's coming up. It's March 15th. So if anybody's wanting to do this is the thing to do right now. But here's the deal. The requirements are you have to be a resident of the Verde Valley. That's it.
Check.
Doesn't matter how old you are.
I got it.
Yep, you got to live here, right?
In the Verde Valley.
In the Verde Valley.
So not even in Cottonwood, just in the Verde Valley. That is awesome. Now,
and you need to be pursuing a career technical education program.
Okay, which is what you would be doing anyways, right? So where do they go to find out about that grant? Because they've got 2 weeks that scholarship. You've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks to apply for. Where can they learn about this scholarship?
They can go to Arizona Community Foundation's website, and I believe that's acf.org.
Okay, that is awesome. So, Bob, you can take classes at the high school and at the college, or they are joint. How does that work? How does a high school student get involved in career technical education?
Well, we Valley Academy works with any student in the Verde Valley, regardless if they're homeschooled, charter school, or we really work with the 3 main high schools, Camp Verde, Mingus, and Sedona. So if they belong to any of those, or they're a student under 21 years of age with no diploma, no GED, they can come to our programs. We pay the full tuition. So if it's dual enrolled, I pay for the teacher. Like right now, we have a construction program that we ran for 3 years. We're dual enrolled the last 2 years with Yavapai College, so our kids leave with 16 college credits. They got to earn it, and they leave with a 16 college credit certificate in framing, finished and beginning framing.
Well, that's awesome. So what does that cost them? Does it cost them anything extra?
We don't charge any fees. Their transportation. We do not provide transportation, so they have to find their transportation from their school or home to our facility, which right now we're located right here, Yavapai Broadcasting.
It's a long walk.
We'll be gradually, in the next 2 years, moving possibly over to Yavapai College and trying to share services, so we're cutting down on the cost of overhead for both, but that's down the road. And then our kids that finish our first program, we're hoping to get into our second programs of the electrical and the plumbing. In their second year, we take juniors and seniors.
Okay, so you have to be a junior?
Yes.
Okay.
To be the youngest or a senior.
Right.
Then also HVAC is one that I've been working on for the last 4 years since I've been superintendent, going on 5, and I'm excited for that program. Getting the student interest is different. Again, they see themselves as the ones crawling around in the ductwork, putting that in.
Right.
That may be the first part, but this training will also come with the technician, the learning the ins and outs of the air conditioners, electronics. It's very strong in electronics.
Well,
so we're excited for that one. That will be concurrent. So what I do is I pay the full tuition to the college, and the college provides the teacher and the facility and the equipment.
So, Bob, right before we go on break here, I just need to wrap my head around that. So I can go to high school because I'm going to high school. It's been a few years, but if I was going to high school, go to high school, and I can get this construction or this HVAC program at the college or via the college, have college credits with your partnership, and walk out with 16 credits and possibly a certificate in HVAC or something.
Yes.
That is awesome, and no cost.
No cost. We don't charge any fees. We pay for all the books, uniforms. We pay for the industry certs. Our kids come out with NCCR certification, IVE forklift certification. They'll come out with some HVAC through NCCR.
That's just exciting. What a great opportunity. Now, why? Because, I hear that, I don't want to crawl around in the dirt or sling a hammer and those kinds of things. But I think it's a little different than when I was a kid. These pay pretty well, don't they?
Yes, the construction, as you were just hearing the numbers, it's doing very well. Beginning rate, most of our kids, last year, all of our kids in our construction got hired in the summer, and they started at $15 an hour, most of them. So that was better than minimum wage.
Absolutely.
And some of them that had certificates, some of the industry certs, some of the employers like Terra Verde and some of the construction companies, they gave them 50 cents to $1 raise for the certs.
For the certs. Wow, education pays. And so we have to go to a break. So when we come back, I want to kind of wrap up that conversation talking about why kids would choose a CTE program, whether it's HVAC or construction or electrician or plumbing. And then we have a couple other programs at the college that we want to talk about when we get back. So come back and we're going to talk about some of the benefits of pursuing a technical education and then talk about what else the college has going on right now. Thank you very much.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.org.
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm Ron Corbin, Cottonwood City Manager, and we are fortunate today to have a couple local educators, people that are helping improve the Verde Valley. Heather Mulcaire, the Associate Dean of the Verde Valley campus of Yavapai College, welcome. And Bob Weir, Superintendent of VACTE. And he uses a different abbreviation, so I apologize, Bob. But Bob, I was getting excited because I've been to college, military college, and when I got out of college, I didn't make much more than minimum wage. It takes a little while no matter where you start to get your foot in the grade. And that was 4 years of a degree. So we're talking about while you're in high school, getting a technical education, construction, VACTE or whatever, and graduating and being able to get a job above minimum wage that is a pretty good living. Why would a student other than money choose one of your careers that you offer?
Well, I think a lot of it, they still go to their academics 4 periods a day. A lot of kids, they kind of want the hands-on learning. All of our programs are hands-on. Yes, we do have book learning. There's some work at night they have to do online and different things, but they really like the hands-on. And these programs that we work with Yavapai College and that we run at VACTE are programs that the schools can't afford. There's not enough kids at the 3 high schools to run them individually and enough employers. So we combine them. We bring kids from all 3 schools in and homeschool and charter. And now we have a class of 15, 20, or 2 classes of that. We do one in the morning from 7 to 9:30 and one in the afternoon from 1:30 to about 4. And these kids are just starting to realize that maybe a 4-year university is not totally what they want, and with the Yavapai College offering certificate programs, they're able to go right into the workforce at a higher level. In our culinary art program, they get a $1 raise. Most of the people around here gave a $1 raise when they got their ServSafe certification that they got while in the class.
While in the class. Well, I think what a way to get a head start in something you enjoy doing. You know, as a city manager, I talk to a lot of employees, and there's something about people who work with their hands and see the results of the work that they do. I think I make a difference, but a lot of my stuff won't be seen till after I'm gone. And one of the things when I talk to people who do hands-on, whether it be an engineer or the person working on our buildings or whatever, our electrician, we have such a great electrician. Chris, if you're listening, superstar electrician, and makes all the difference in our community, in our buildings. But they love seeing their work come to fruition. They work on it, and there it is, and it's something to enjoy to be able to work with the hands-on. Love the programs you guys are doing. I'm a big fan of career technical education. I got a 4-year degree later in life. I think getting out and working in the workforce first and to decide what you really want to do later on in life makes a lot of sense. And if I could have done it in high school, it would have been a nice thing. So Heather, back to you real quick, because before we run out of time, believe it or not, we only got about 15 minutes left. You have some other programs going on at the college here on the Verde Valley side. You want to talk about those?
Sure. So we just renovated a building on campus, and due to COVID, we didn't have a great big grand opening, unfortunately, but we'll get there. In that building, though, that is where we have state-of-the-art facilities for nursing, phlebotomy, and in the bottom floor, we have the CNC and pre-engineering programs, along with brand new biology labs.
I have my biology major, so I love biology. But let's back it up a little bit. You said nursing. So what kind of nursing degree can you get at Yavapai College?
Yeah, believe it or not, in our own backyard, somebody can go to Yavapai College, to the Verde Valley campus, and complete their prerequisite courses and a 2-year degree in nursing, sit for the NCLEX exam, pass it, and go straight to work and never leave this community.
Wow. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to jobs right now, but nursing is where it's at. COVID has really put a strain on our healthcare professionals, and we need a lot of nurses. And I know the hospital is always looking for nurses. Great profession. It just blows me away, again, being from only in the Verde Valley a couple years, that we have such a great program, such a great partner in Yavapai College, that you can, let's say, live at home. And go get your nursing degree in 2 years, and then start working as a nurse. And then what I try to get my daughter to be a nurse, and then you work as a nurse and then decide what you want to be, whether you want to go to management or marketing or whatever it is that nurses can do.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
In our program, I think I might be partial, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the best programs in the state. They get so much hands-on opportunity as they're going through the program. So they're already working at various hospitals ever before they graduate from the program. So getting a job is not hard for them.
No, I can imagine. I don't think it's ever hard to get a nursing job, but right now it's got to be very easy. And having that hands-on experience when you graduate, another reason that I love career technical education and community colleges, it's not about just sitting in the classroom. It's about getting real-world experience that employers are looking for. So that's exciting. So I didn't mean to throw biology under the bus or anything like that. Glad you have some high-tech biology labs down there. So one more time, you have nursing, pre-engineering?
Pre-engineering, CNC machining, and then phlebotomy.
CNC machining, what's that?
Computer numerical machining. So
help me out.
They're using 3D printers to create different parts. Our pre-engineering program is robotics focused. They do some pretty cool things. Actually,
you just got my robotics.
Yeah, actually, our instructor created a robot, and he actually lives in another state. So when he is out of state, he is the robot in the class.
That is awesome.
Taking care of business. So it's pretty interesting. And Bob has students in that program as well.
So what do you think of that program, Bob?
It's awesome. It's our first year. We started with 11 kids in it, and it's pre-engineering. So they are the top level kids that are basically, and they're real heavy in math. They have to be through calculus by their junior year, by their senior year, through pre-calculus. And so to me, it's been a program that we haven't been able to touch. Some of these kids like construction hands-on, but that's they think they're going to be, the architects and the engineers. And it's been great. Our kids, they're actually running a machine that's cutting out, they're actually programming it, how to cut out a carburetor on a car. They're doing all that stuff in there. They're running robots, not just the little Lego ones, the cars. They're actually running conveyor belt robots. And our kids are loving it. We have some very successful kids, a lot of juniors, so they'll be taking next year. Also, the big CNC machines are leading into manufacturing. I was amazed that there are over 7 or 8 manufacturing companies in the Verde Valley that I didn't even know of. You don't hear a lot about them because they have governmental contracts, but Quintus, used to be Laser Light, Molding Graphics. All of those are here in the Verde Valley of Bent River, and they have a lot of government contracts, so they don't really talk about them, but they're desperate for workers. And this has been an excitement. I know Dee Jenkins, the mayor in Camp Verde, she was a big push on this program getting it in, because at Quintus they were needing some workers. And these kids are going to start easily in $19, $20 range. To go back to the nursing, we have our own CNA program. We work with Yavapai College, Certified Nursing Assistant. Our kids are coming out. We lowered it down to juniors this year. It used to be seniors. They're coming out 16, 17 years old, being hired by the Haven of Cottonwood or all the different long-term health care.
Right.
And they actually get 40 hours of in-clinical work in the Haven and the hospital. And last time I know, we had 4 of our girls hired at the hospital at $18 an hour right after graduation. Then
After high school graduation?
Yes.
$18 an hour.
Yep. And then the hospital works a deal where they pay them to finish up the RM program through the college at no cost.
Wow.
And also, as a part of being in the pre-engineering program, you need to take pre-calculus, high-level math, right? And I know for me, it was not my jam. But that's something else that Yavapai College does with our local high school partners, so that students can take that class at their high school for $10 a credit hour. So it's $50 for the class, which is a steal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what program you can get for $50 a class these days can happen. Well, it's time for another break already. So when we come back, I want to talk about, switch gears a little bit, talking about what do you need from the community? What can we do? What can businesses do to help the programs, help get kids in the seat, help make people aware of this? So when we get back, we'll switch gears and kind of talk about the community. But again, this edition of Inside Cottonwood, we'll see you when you get back.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.org.
Welcome back to this edition of Inside Cottonwood. I'm Ron Corbin, Cottonwood City Manager, and we have Heather Mulcaire, Associate Dean of Verde Valley Campus of Yavapai College, and Bob Weir, Superintendent of VACTE. So when we left, we were talking about kids, and we're going to start talking about the community. But I wanted to follow up on break. Bob, you mentioned, let's not forget these programs are for adults. When you started, you explained that the age for your program was even 21.
Yes.
Do I remember that right? One more time through that.
Yeah, so a kid can be enrolled in a high school, or they can be up to 21 years of age without a diploma or GED. I can service them. So as long as they don't have a diploma or GED, they can be in our system and not pay a dime for any of the courses.
So if they're ready to start over or get a career or learn a skill, they can. And how would they find out about this? Who do they call, or how do they go to the next step? VACTE,
so VACTE.com.
Okay.
Also, they can give us a call at 928-634-7131. Or stop by. We're right here next to the TV station, radio station, and we're always open. Yavapai College has our contact. Okay. But we truly need adults to start filling these positions. And I know a lot of people wanting to start a second career. Construction was really good in 2008 and crashed, but it's coming back, and I think it'll be around for a while. So
I do the amount of building that we know is getting ready to happen in Cottonwood alone, let alone the Verde Valley, is pretty significant. And most projects are delayed because of jobs, because they can't find enough workers out there to get it moving. So, so Heather, clearly adults can take your programs as well at any age.
Yes.
Sounded like you had night classes, so you can work during the day. Single parents, you're wide open, whoever, give you a call?
Absolutely. It's actually really easy. You can go to our website, yc.edu, and there's a big yellow button at the top that says apply.
Oh.
Super easy to apply to be a Yavapai College student. Probably takes 10 minutes. There is no fee to apply. You do not have to have previous college experience. You don't even have to have a high school diploma. So you can come to Yavapai College by completing that application. Once you complete the application, we're going to follow up with you and carry you through the process.
So don't finish the application if you don't want a phone call.
That's right.
Is what I hear.
That's right.
All right, that's fair enough. What a great program. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today as we wrap up is one of the reasons I reached out to you, Heather, after our meeting was I was talking to a contractor, and they thought this program was not happening. Like they thought the building, you guys have already broken ground on this building. Yeah. So it's happening. So how can either contractors or developers or business owners learn or partner with Yavapai College to find help, to help get their workforce educated or find new workers?
Oh my gosh, I really want that. So please give me a call, send me an email. I'd be happy to work on any opportunity that is going to fit that business, whether it be a job shadowing experience or an internship opportunity. But the idea is to take graduates from our program and funnel them directly back into the community, and hopefully they stay here.
That's all of our goal, is to keep our kids and keep our families together. I know a lot of people that we've hired at the city since I started are returners. They left and realized that they missed the Verde Valley way, living in the valley. So the programs start in August for this program. So, but you're taking applications now, I'm assuming?
Yep.
So apply now.
Apply now and do the scholarship, right? Let's get that part taken care of, so that all you
March
have to do
15th.
is March 15th is that scholarship. But there's always the Yavapai College scholarship and the FAFSA as well if they miss the deadline.
Okay, so I'm going to give you each about a minute each to answer this question. And I do this to my own employees, so I'm not picking on you. One of the missions of the city, our mission statement, is to inspire a vibrant community. So I think you both are part of the Verde Valley. And so what does that mean to you, or how do you think you contribute to inspiring a vibrant community? What does that come to mind? And so, Bob, I'll pick on you first. You are on these shows a little more often. So when you hear the words inspiring a vibrant community and you think of Cottonwood or the Verde Valley, what comes to mind for you?
Well, I think just basically getting a trained workforce. We need industry in the Verde Valley to continue. We're more than just a retirement community, in my opinion. So by having a strong educational foundation through the school districts, elementary through high school, with a strong community college, career tech now is getting stronger over here. I just think we're on the right track. We're going to be able to produce workers for industry coming in here, so they don't have to bring their own. Well,
I couldn't agree with you more. Having taught middle school for a year and a half, and my memory a long time ago of school, CT, this is not woodshop. This is learning a career to make a decent living after you graduate high school. And I just am so proud to be a part of a community that cares about family and community and keeping people here through the educational program. Very happy this year. So I agree with you on that. So Heather, you've had now a minute to think about it. When you think about inspiring a vibrant community, what do you think?
For me, it's about helping people find their passion, the thing that they're good at that allows them to contribute back to the community that they live in, for that feel-good piece that's so important in our lives. So I think we have that opportunity in every aspect of what we do, whether it's adults or high school students. Every day in the classroom, there's a student that solves a problem that they didn't think they could. or they meet and make a new connection that they never would have had if they hadn't been in our class having those experiences. So that's the part that I think is the most valuable.
It's kind of cool making a difference in somebody's life like that. Very exciting. Well, again, I just want to wrap up with thanking Yavapai College and your team. We didn't mention Dr. Red's name. She's also the new Dean of Yavapai College there at the Verde Valley campus. I'm glad to have her on board. Can't wait for this pandemic to be over so we can get together and meet a little more. But from the bottom of my heart and the community, I want to thank both of you all for all that you do and the difference that you guys are making with our community. So thank you very much. This has been another edition of Inside Cottonwood. I am Ron Corbin, Cottonwood City Manager.